Millions of people fall victim to scams every year. There are all different types of scams that people can encounter. These scams include phishing schemes and romance scams, or unsolicited phone calls, email, or other media outlets. Unfortunately, it seems as though in recent years, scamming has become a profession. And people will go through all kinds of ways to scam you, to take your personal information or your financial information. I know we've all heard of the Nigerian prince who wants to marry you, but you have to send him $5,000 through a Bitcoin machine before you're able to meet. Sadly, there are people all over the world who fall for these phishing schemes and romance scams. So we're going to talk about today how to identify and avoid these scams. You have to stand over here. So, this is from the Federal Trade Commission on how to avoid or how to identify these scams. For phishing schemes, a problem with a company that you are aware of calls you and lets you know that there's an issue with a payment or something like that. And then a company calls you with claims of suspicious activity on an account like PayPal or something of that nature. They include an invoice that you don't recognize in an email, or they can attempt to confirm your personal or financial information over the phone. And to avoid this, the Federal Trade Commission says that you can buy software to protect your electronic devices. You can send the phishing attempt a report to this email here. I'll pass that out later. Or you can use a multi-factor identifier, which is like a Face ID or a passcode for accounts. How to identify a romance scheme. This is somebody that you meet online and they live really far away, and they give you lots of reasons and excuses as to why they can't meet you in person. And they begin to ask you for money or something like that. And they provide you a specific method to send the money through, like a Bitcoin machine or something like that. And then you can avoid a romance scam by not sending anybody money that you do not know. You can search the person online by their name with the word scammer after it, or you can do a reverse photo lookup of their image that they have presented themselves with. And the Federal Trade Commission also gives an email you can report the person to. And some fun facts from the SAGE journals are people 65 and older are more likely to fall for these scams. And adults between the ages 30 and 39 have been reported to have the most COVID-related schemes in the last few years. So that is all of that I had today. But based off my findings, we have successfully identified and learned how to avoid scam artists or people who are attempting phishing or romance scams. If there's anything you've learned from this speech, I hope your main takeaway is to be diligent in who you're speaking to on the internet, and stand up to people who try to scare you into giving your personal or financial information. Be safe out there, everyone. Every single one of y'all were